Look around you, nothing stays forever. The seasons change, the night always gives way to day. Happiness and sadness both come and go. Yet what do? We stress, we worry, we hold on to things as if they are permanent. But the truth is simple, everything in this world is temporary. When we realize this, life becomes lighter, our heart becomes calmer, and our mind becomes stronger. Just like rivers keep flowing and clouds keep moving, your pain, your struggles, your challenges, they too will pass. So why stress over what was never meant to stay? Instead, let us learn to flow with life, with trust in God, who is the eternal anchor beyond all changes. Imagine a sky filled with clouds. Some are bright and fluffy, others are dark and heavy. They come, they go, and no matter how stormy the sky looks, the storm never stays forever. In the same way, everything in our life is temporary. The happiness we feel today, the pain we feel tomorrow, the challenges that shake us, or the victories that lift us up, all are just like passing clouds. They appear, they stay for a while, and then they move on. But the problem is, we often forget this truth and treat temporary moments as if they are permanent. We hold on too tightly to joy, and when it leaves, we suffer. We grip our pain so strongly that even when it wants to leave, we don't allow it to pass. The wisdom of life lies in remembering that nothing here will stay forever. Think about your school days or college days. At that time, maybe exams felt like the biggest mountain. Maybe a failure seemed like the end of the world. Maybe losing a friend felt unbearable. But today, when you look back, you realize it was just a phase. You grew past it, you became stronger, and now those moments are only memories. At that time, it was painful, but today you smile when you recall it. Why? Because you now understand it was temporary. In the same way, the challenges you are facing right now, the stress you are carrying today, will also become a memory tomorrow. Life is a constant river, flowing forward. The river never stops for one stone, nor does it remain still in one place. Similarly, your life is designed to move on. Let's take another example. Imagine someone buys a brand new car. For the first few days, they are full of joy, full of excitement. But slowly the shine fades. After a few months, the car gets scratches. After a few years, a newer model comes into the market, and the same car no longer excites them. What was once a reason for happiness becomes ordinary. This shows us how even our achievements, even our possessions, are temporary. If we tie our happiness to them, stress is bound to come, because once the object changes, our happiness disappears with it. But if we remember that such pleasures are temporary, we can enjoy them without clinging to them. Now think about pain. Suppose you are going through a difficult relationship or maybe a financial struggle. In that moment, the pain feels permanent. The nights seem longer, the days seem heavier, and the heart feels restless. But haven't you noticed, even the darkest night cannot stop the sunrise? Slowly with time, things change. A broken heart finds healing, a lost job opens doors to new opportunities, and even tears eventually dry. Pain may stay for a while, but it never stays forever. The stress we create is because we forget this truth. We believe pain is permanent, and that thought makes us suffer more than the actual pain itself. Stress is like holding an ice cube in your hand. At first, it feels cold but manageable, but if you keep holding on, it begins to hurt. The funny thing is, the ice cube was never meant to stay in your hand forever. It was destined to melt. Similarly, pain, stress, and struggles are destined to melt away with time. But if we hold on too tightly, we suffer unnecessarily. Life is teaching us to loosen our grip and to let moments pass because they were never meant to stay. Even the happiest moments of life are temporary. A wedding, the birth of a child, the success of a dream, these are beautiful moments, but they too pass. Does that mean we should not enjoy them? No, it means we should enjoy them fully while they are here, but without the illusion that they will last forever. This awareness keeps us humble in happiness and strong in sadness. It makes us grateful for the present and prepared for the future. God's design of life is such that nothing remains the same. Just like seasons change, winter does not stay forever. Summer too has its time, autumn and spring follow each other. Our life too moves in cycles. Stress comes when we try to freeze life, when we demand that happiness should stay forever or pain should never come. But life doesn't work that way. Both happiness and pain are temporary guests. Our job is not to control their stay, but to learn from them, to grow with them, and to move forward with faith in God. When we realize that everything is temporary, a certain lightness enters our heart. Suddenly, small things don't disturb us so much. A harsh word from someone doesn't break us because we know it will pass. A stressful deadline doesn't suffocate us because we know it's only a phase. Even our own mistakes don't drown us because we understand that time has the power to heal and to transform. Life is not about clinging but about flowing, not about stressing but about trusting. So the next time you face stress, remind yourself this too shall pass. The storm in your life is only a cloud in the sky. It cannot block the sun forever. God has placed eternity inside us, but He has made everything around us temporary so we don't become attached to the wrong things. Stress dissolves when faith grows. Let go, trust, and flow with life because nothing, neither joy nor sorrow, was meant to last forever. Everything is temporary, and that is the greatest relief we can give our heart. Don't let stress steal your present. This is one of the simplest lessons, yet the hardest to practice. Most of us are either trapped in the regrets of yesterday or lost in the worries of tomorrow, and in the process, we forget the gift that is right in front of us. The present moment. Life is happening here and now, but our mind is running elsewhere. Stress is like a thief that silently enters our mind and steals the peace of today by making us replay the past or overthink the future. And the sad part is, we invite this thief in. We open the door for it by worrying too much. If we can learn to live fully in the present, stress loses its power over us. Think about a student preparing for exams. While studying, instead of focusing on the page in front of them, their mind is filled with questions. What if I fail? What will people say? What if I don't get the job I dream of? They keep imagining results that have not even happened yet. The stress of the future paralyzes their focus in the present. The irony is, by worrying about the future, they actually make it harder to prepare well for it. Stress steals today's energy, and without today's energy, tomorrow cannot be built. It's the same with adults at work. A person may be sitting in their office, but their mind is already racing ahead. What if the boss doesn't like my work? What if I miss the deadline? What if the project fails? In that stress, they make mistakes, forget details, and lose efficiency. By fearing tomorrow, they weaken today, and that very weakness brings the failure they were scared of. Stress doesn't solve tomorrow's problems, it only robs today's strength. Or let's think about relationships. Imagine a couple sitting together. Instead of enjoying each other's company, one of them is lost in suspicion or worry. What if this relationship doesn't last? What if one day I'm left alone? They create imaginary problems in their mind, and this stress makes them unable to enjoy the present love they already have. in trying to protect a tomorrow that has not come. They damage the today that is in their hands. Stress is like carrying an umbrella on a sunny day because you're afraid it might rain. You cannot see the sunshine because your own umbrella is blocking the light. Even health is impacted. Doctors often say that many illnesses are not caused by what we eat, but by what eats us from inside. Stress weakens the immune system, raises blood pressure, and affects the heart. Why? Because the body is forced to fight problems that do not even exist in reality, only in our imagination. Stress is like paying interest on a loan that you haven't even taken. You keep giving your energy away without any real reason. Life becomes lighter when we remind ourselves the past is over, the future is not yet here, the present is all we truly have. Children are perfect examples of this. Watch a child play. They are not thinking about yesterday's toy that broke or tomorrow's homework. They are fully alive in the game they are playing right now. That is why their laughter is pure and their joy is infectious. As adults, we lose this art of living in the moment. We carry the weight of what happened yesterday and the fear of what may happen tomorrow, and under that weight, today suffocates. Suppose you are eating your favorite meal. Instead of savoring the taste, your mind says, "What if tomorrow I don't get this again? What if my diet is spoiled?" You miss the joy of the food right in front of you. Or imagine going on a vacation, standing at a beautiful mountain view. Instead of soaking in the beauty, you're worrying about the emails waiting for you back at the office. The mountain doesn't change, the scenery doesn't change, but you fail to enjoy it because stress has stolen the present. God has gifted us only one moment at a time. He didn't design life to be lived in bulk. We cannot live tomorrow in advance, nor can we go back and relive yesterday. All we have is today. When we fill today with worry, we not only waste it but also weaken tomorrow. But when we fill today with presence, attention, and trust, tomorrow naturally shapes itself beautifully. So how do we stop stress from stealing our present? By awareness. Whenever you find your mind racing, pause and ask, where am I right now? Am I here in this moment, or am I lost in an imaginary future? That small awareness brings you back to reality. Breathe deeply, look around, and remind yourself, this moment will never come back again. Why waste it in worry? Stress may knock on your door, but you don't have to invite it in. Life becomes a series of small, precious moments when we stop letting stress take over. Imagine drinking your morning tea without scrolling through your phone, just feeling the warmth, the aroma, the taste. Imagine walking outside without the burden of yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries, simply watching the sky, the trees, the people. These small acts of presence slowly dissolve stress. Because when you are truly present, stress has no space to live. So don't let stress steal your present. The past is a shadow, the future is a dream, but today is real, today is alive, today is yours. Stress is powerless when you choose to be fully here, fully alive, fully aware. Trust in God's timing. Do your best in this moment and leave the rest in His hands. The present is a gift. Don't let stress take it away. Challenges are teachers. At first, this may sound strange because when we are going through pain, failure, or difficulty, the last thing we feel is that life is teaching us something valuable. But if we pause and look back at our own life, we will realize that the moments which shaped us, which strengthened us, which gave us wisdom, were not the easy ones, they were the tough ones. Comfort never teaches us. Success rarely teaches us. It is the challenges, the storms, and the struggles that become our greatest classrooms. Think about how a diamond is formed A diamond doesn't come into existence shining and sparkling. It starts as a piece of coal buried deep in the earth. Only after years of pressure and heat does it transform into a diamond. Without that pressure, it would remain just coal. In the same way, the pressure of challenges molds us into something stronger, brighter, and more valuable than we were before. Without challenges, we remain ordinary. With challenges, we evolve. Let's take a simple daily life example. Imagine someone loses their job. In that moment, it feels like the world has collapsed. Worry takes over. How will I manage my expenses? What will my family say? What will happen to my future? But then, with time, this person begins to search for new opportunities, learns new skills, maybe even discovers a passion they had ignored. Months later, they find a new job or start a small business, and suddenly life takes them in a direction they never imagined. When they look back, they realize that losing the old job was actually a blessing. The challenge pushed them out of their comfort zone and opened doors that would never have opened otherwise. This is how challenges work. They push us, they stretch us, they test us. At the moment, we only see the pain, but later we realize that the pain was shaping us for something greater. Every setback carries a hidden seed of growth. Every obstacle carries a hidden lesson. The problem is not that challenges come. The problem is that we resist them. We complain, we fight, we stress, and in doing so, we miss the wisdom hidden inside the experience. Think about a student facing a difficult subject. If every subject was easy, the student would never grow, never sharpen their mind, never learn patience. But because there is one subject that feels impossible, the student is forced to study harder, ask more questions, and stretch their brain. That one subject becomes their teacher in persistence and discipline. In the same way, life gives us subjects in the form of challenges, difficult people, financial struggles, health issues, not to break us but to stretch us. Imagine a tree growing in the wild. When strong winds blow, the tree shakes, bends, and struggles to stand firm. But those winds actually strengthen its roots. The tree digs deeper into the soil, becoming stronger than before. If there were no winds, its roots would remain weak, and one day even a small storm could knock it down. Our challenges are like those winds. They may shake us, they may bend us, but they also force us to dig deeper into our faith, into our strength, into our resilience. Even in relationships, challenges teach us. When someone misunderstands you, when someone hurts you, you learn patience. You learn forgiveness. You learn that your happiness cannot always depend on others' actions. These lessons are not taught in books. They are taught through the tests of life. Every conflict, every disappointment is preparing your heart to grow in wisdom and compassion. Sometimes, challenges are God's way of redirecting us. Think of a river flowing down a mountain. If it faces a rock in its path, the water doesn't stop flowing. It finds a way around the rock, and in doing so, it carves a new path. In the same way, when life places a rock in our way, it may be redirecting us to a path we would have never chosen on our own. At first, we resist the rock, we complain about it, we cry in front of it, but eventually, when we surrender and flow, we find that the new path is even more beautiful than the one we thought we wanted. Of course, in the middle of a challenge, it is difficult to see this wisdom. When the heart is heavy, when tears are flowing, it's natural to ask, why me? Why now? But the truth is, every person you admire today, every great leader, every wise teacher, every strong soul, became who they are not because life was easy, but because life was hard. The greatness you see in them is the result of challenges they endured. The same is true for you. Your challenges are shaping your character, polishing your soul, and preparing you for a future that is stronger and brighter. Stress makes challenges feel heavier, but trust makes them lighter. If we can trust that God places no burden on us without a reason, then we can walk through our storms with courage. We can ask, what am I supposed to learn here? How is this shaping me? When we ask the right questions, the challenge transforms from a curse into a teacher. So the next time life pushes you into a storm, instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Try saying, this is happening for me. This is my teacher. This is shaping me. That one shift in mindset turns stress into strength. Remember, challenges are not punishments. They are lessons. They are the heat that turns coal into diamonds, the winds that make the roots of a tree strong, the exams that make a student wise. Welcome them, learn from them, and trust that they are preparing you for something greater than you can see right now. Detach from results, focus on efforts. This principle sounds simple, but it is one of the most profound truths of life. Most of the stress, disappointment, and pain we carry in our hearts comes not from what we do, but from what we expect after doing it. We study and we expect certain grades. We work and we expect specific recognition. We love and we expect the same in return. The problem is, life does not always give us what we expect, and when results don't align with our desires, we feel broken. But if we learn to detach from results and instead focus on giving our best effort, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Think about a farmer. He tills the land, plants seeds, waters them, and nurtures the soil. But after doing all this, can the farmer control the rain? Can he dictate the exact weather conditions? Can he force the seed to sprout on his timeline? No. He can only put in his best effort. The rest is not in his hands. If he stresses over the rain, over the wind, over the sunlight, he will only exhaust himself without changing the outcome. Yet, when he focuses on his effort and leaves the results to nature, the process itself brings him peace. Life is exactly the same. We are the farmers of our actions, but the fruits depend on many factors beyond our control. In daily life, think of a student preparing for exams. If the student studies with focus, discipline, and dedication, they have done their part. But if they attach themselves only to the result, I must come first, I must top the class, then stress takes over. And when stress takes over, even the knowledge they have studied does not flow freely during the exam. In fact, their attachment to the result weakens their performance. But the student who studies sincerely and says, I will give my best, and whatever result comes, I will accept with grace, performs with a calm mind. And a calm mind always produces better outcomes. Consider relationships. When we love someone with conditions, I will love you only if you treat me this way, only if you give me the same in return, then our love is chained to results. The moment the result doesn't match our expectation, pain enters. But when we shift our focus to simply giving love, being kind, offering respect without obsessing over what we will receive back, our heart becomes lighter. True love is in the effort, not in the expectation. Work is another example. Many people put in long hours at their jobs, but instead of focusing on their contribution, they constantly stress about promotions, bonuses, or recognition. The attachment to the result creates frustration, but those who pour their energy into giving their best, regardless of applause, end up shining naturally. Even if the immediate result is not visible, their consistent effort builds a reputation that eventually bears fruit. Life has a way of rewarding sincere effort, but only when we are patient enough to trust the process. Detachment from results is not about becoming careless. It does not mean you stop dreaming or stop setting goals. It means you put your heart into the effort, but keep your mind free from the chains of rigid expectation. It is like planting a tree. You water it, nurture it, and protect it. But you do not sit every hour checking if it has grown taller. You trust that in time, with consistent care, it will flourish. Stress arises when we confuse control. We believe we can control the outcome, but in truth, we can only control our input. The outcome is shaped by many invisible hands: time, circumstances, other people's actions, and God's will. If we spend our energy worrying about what we cannot control, we waste the energy we need to improve what we can. Detachment means redirecting our energy back to where it truly matters: our effort. Think of an athlete running a race. If the runner keeps looking sideways to check who is ahead or behind, they lose focus, stumble, and slow down. But if they keep their eyes on their own lane and their own steps, they run their best. Life's race works the same way. The more you obsess over results, over how fast you're going compared to others, the more stress and mistakes you create. But if you simply run with full effort, results take care of themselves. Even spiritually, this truth holds power. When people pray or meditate only with the result in mind, I must get peace immediately, I must get blessings in this exact way, they end up restless. But when they surrender, when they say, I will sit, I will connect, I will give this moment to God without demanding a result, they experience true peace. Detachment opens the door for grace to flow. Remember, the journey is always in your hands, but the destination is not. You can drive your car carefully, maintain it well, and follow the road, but whether there will be traffic, rain, or delays is beyond your control. Stressing about traffic does not remove it, it only spoils your drive. But enjoying the ride, focusing on your driving, and trusting that you will reach when the time is right, that brings peace. So when life gives you a task, approach it with your full heart. Study sincerely, work sincerely, love sincerely, and pray sincerely. But after that, release your grip on the outcome. Whether it rains or shines is not in your control. Whether success comes today or tomorrow is not in your control. Your power lies only in your effort, and your peace lies in your detachment. Detach from results, focus on efforts. When you master this, stress loses its grip on you. You begin to live with lightness, with freedom. You stop being a prisoner of expectations and become a master of actions. And when actions are pure and sincere, life eventually gives results far beyond what you imagined.